Hey there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Match Equalizer tool in Logic Pro X. So the overall goal of what I'm trying to accomplish here is to make my drums sound better. I recorded the drums individually with a mic, and I got them all on these different tracks. I took all those tracks, and I exported them out, bounced them down to one track, and imported it back into Logic Pro. Okay, so what I was doing then, I found a file by Mark Edwards. He is an incredible drummer and mixer, and you should definitely check out his channel. I'll put the link below. But I found an audio file from him that he wouldn't mind me using, and so I took that and I imported that into Logic Pro. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking his EQ and applying it to my drums. And the way I do this is I go to the track of my drums, and I select the Match EQ. Okay, so that's going to apply the Match EQ to the drums track I have right there. Okay, and so when I pull this up, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select his drums, the track I imported of his drums. I'm going to select that right there, and that will give it the reference point. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click current. Actually, I got that one file singled out, and I'm going to hit learn current. And what that's doing is it's learning and analyzing my EQ for those drums. Okay, so then when I select reference here, okay, right here, that's actually looking at his drums. It's analyzing and learning the EQ for his drums. And the last thing it's going to do is going to combine those. It's going to take his EQ and put it on my drums instead of my EQ. How cool is that? I mean, this is a powerful, powerful tool. You know, because if you're like me, well, actually, let me show you his tracks. Let me show you my tracks by themselves and his tracks by themselves, so you can hear what it's borrowing. Okay, this is my tracks. Here's his tracks. Clearly his sounds better, and he's also a way better drummer. All right, so that's what this is doing. Now this is my track, my drums without his, and that's with his EQ. It sounds so much better. That's without it. That's with it. I mean, it just sounds so much better. And so then I save it. I always have to obsessively save every change I make, which is always a good idea. All right, so now I'm going to listen to the song with, oops, I had his tracks on still, but I'm going to listen to the song with the new EQ of my drums. I'm going to turn off this distorted guitar because it's messing things up. I mean, the drum sounds so much better. It's just not even funny. And this is really helpful for me because I am not good at doing EQ. It's like when I try to EQ my own stuff, it's just hard for me to, there's just too many choices. I can't figure out what sounds right. There's so many different choices. But this helps me where I can get a file of an EQ that I like, and I can basically steal it and put it on my song. But it's not stealing, as long as you talk to the person, you know the person who you're stealing it from, or you're borrowing it from. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to use the same technique and apply it to an entire song. I just did a track before, so this time I'm going to take a file of an audio that Mark and I played together and that he mixed. It's got a really good EQ. I'm going to import that into Logic Pro, and then I'm going to apply it to my out as the master out. And I'm going to try to take the EQ from the song that we made and apply it to this song. Now this might not work very well. It really depends on the songs, if there's going to be a lot of factors. And so if this doesn't work well, it's not that it's not a great tool. It's just some songs don't really match very well, depending on how you recorded it and everything else. Okay, so here's the file. And yeah, I ran into this problem. For some reason, it was telling me that it's the wrong kind of MP3, and so I have to troubleshoot that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff that's irritating on the screen. You can watch or not watch, but I was going to cut this part out, but I'm not going to because it shows the song. Okay, now you might learn something from what I did. Basically what was happening here is Logic Pro wasn't liking the format of the song, and I thought it was a file format kind of situation, but it was the problem was the file name. And so the file name had some dashes in there, or maybe some spaces, and so I just took out the dashes and just renamed it. And that's what I do eventually. It took me a while to figure it out. But again, the reason I'm showing you this is just because you can hear the song that we recorded that I'm going to take the EQ from, okay? Right now this song is running in iTunes, and I was trying to get it to QuickTime to see if I can test it. But if you hear the song, it's such a great mix. Mark Edwards, check out his channel. He's an amazing drummer, musician, and incredible mixer. He's a master. Okay, and so this song is what we're going to take the EQ from and put it on my song. Okay. So I tried to import it again. I think I just tried to make sure it was an MP3 format. I did that and tested it out, and then I re-imported it, and it said, nope, I'm not going to take it, which I will find out here in a second. And then I read the message a little bit closer. And that time it struck me that, okay, maybe it's the file format name. It's the file name. And so I changed the name to a simple name without all those dashes. Imported it. And then it took it. So that's good. I'll leave this on here on this video as well, so you can, that could help you. You might run into something similar if you're importing files over, okay? Okay, now so I'm cutting out that first part because it's just the acoustic guitar or whatever. Yeah, I think it was an acoustic guitar. I just want to get the meat of it where the drums and the bass and the guitar are kicking in hardcore. Okay, so I imported that into this track. And I'm going to make sure I mute everything else. I'm going to mute Mark's drums. This time, I had a designated track for that music. And then I'm going to mute all my other drums. And the distorted guitar, because I think it was messing it up. And so then I'm going to go to the track. I'm going to use, go to the stereo out track. I got to mute his as well, so I don't hear that. Okay. I wanted to keep that guitar track, but it sounds so bad. I tried to lower it. Maybe that will work better. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the track, the output. See right there, the output track. And I'm going to select match. I'm going to turn off. I did this once before, but with not very good results with a different song. But now I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to select, EQ match. And then I'm going to use the drop down to the right hand corner of that screen and select the track I imported of our song. I'm going to play the song. I'm going to click learn here, which will analyze and learn my EQ. Then I'll click the reference here in a second. Okay, now this is recording actually our song and the EQ from it. Okay, and so now I'm going to click the last one, and that's applying our song's EQ to this song's EQ. And I don't know if it sounds very good. I don't think it sounds very good. Well, it actually sounds better than without it, but I still don't think it sounds too great for some reason. I think this song might just be not mixed well, or played well with the drums either. And I tried adjusting a couple things here and there. It didn't really seem to make a difference, or too much of a difference. Maybe a little difference here and there. So here what I do is this is kind of cool actually. You can do the exact negative of the EQ of another song, which is interesting. Or I put it all the way up maxed. And that's without it. So you can basically apply the EQ that is derived from the new file any percentage you want it to be applied. So this is really a cool tool. I mean, it's powerful. EQ is such a complicated thing. I mean, look at all the wave settings. There's so much range. Oh, I turned off the distortion to see how it sounded. I mean, it definitely sounds better. That was without it, this is with it. And so that's really the end of the video. That's how you use Match Equalizer in Logic Pro X to basically get EQs from other audio files and then be able to apply them to your own tracks, your own files. Such a powerful tool. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video and other videos like it, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more.